So Corie, I know you spend a lot of time thinking about young people. By the way, we became very good friends when she taught me that how to do the parental controls on Xbox. So if any of you have teenage boys
I'll
like
teach
I
classes
do,
later.
if any of you have teenage boys like I do and you want a tip, go to Corie. But anyway, how do you assess the need, or how do you assess the challenge of providing computer science and digital literacy skills to all students in elementary school and high school? How do you see it? And what do you think we can do, you know, if you're a governor here, to make sure that we are doing a better job providing these skills for young people, since it is so essential?
Yeah, thank you, Secretary Raimondo, and thank you, Governor Hutchinson, for a chance. I think you're going to see that all three of us coming from very different industries, and yet a very consistent thread that the tech skills of the future are required across every aspect of what we're doing. And we also hire completely by video. That wasn't pre-pandemic, but it's now. So that's not just a high-tech consultative institution, that's a retailer of 100,000 people in all of your communities who's functioning completely differently overnight. Let me take a little bit of a step back here. Why would a retailer be on stage? At Best Buy, we believe that our purpose is to enrich lives through technology. Not a tagline, a real purpose. And you all know when the pandemic hit, that became life. Every one of us was at home, hopefully on a device, if we had one. Hopefully with broadband, if we had it. I think for most of us in this room, that was pretty easy. However, in that moment, singularly, the tech inequities, particularly in disinvested communities, was highlighted instantly. The amount of kids that fell 1-2 years behind in the span of 2 to 3 months was immense, and it happened overnight. And because we have 100,000 employees, we are in all of your communities. Our employees run the gamut in every way. And what we were seeing is even some of our own employees struggling and falling behind with their own kids and their own families. And one of the things that we have been investing in at Best Buy pre-pandemic and have really doubled down on is our teen tech centers. To your question about what specifically can we do? Our teen tech centers are centers for after-school education. And what do they provide? They provide access. Because everybody has aptitude, and not everybody has access. And in the tech centers, we have things like AR, VR, so I can learn about the metaverse. We have, of course, computers and laptops, but we have sound mixing, fashion design, production assistance. It is access to those tools, but importantly, those careers, those aspirations that you may never think about if you've never seen them as potential. There are centers that are created in partnership with community not-for-profit organizations. So we've got community organizations that know the kids, they know the families, they know the specific situations, and they can help mentor kids through not just learning how to use these products, but thinking about them as career pipelines. We're starting at 7th grade. So we have kids who come into the centers twice a week, 7th grade, 2-3 hours a night, and are starting to learn about where their path could take them. We've also layered on actually mental wellness constituencies as well, because what we're seeing is, especially in some of the disadvantaged communities, it's not just about access, it's also about, do I have a safe space? Do I feel like I have a safe future? And that combination then means every kid who's going through these centers has a plan, a distinct plan. It might be for a 6-month certification, a 2-year degree, a 4-year degree, and then scholarships that go with that. Because what we're missing is pipelines. I think all of us, and I've already had a chance to chat with a couple of you, all of us are looking for pipelines of talent. And to create that pipeline, you need to start early, you need to have mentorship and help, and then you need to pipeline that talent back into your organizations. And that is distinctly what this kind of a model is allowing us to do. We have 47 of these across the US. We promise to have 100 by 2025. That will serve 30,000 young people and pipe them right back into the organizations. And so we can take some of what they're learning in school, apply it tactically using the devices, and then pipeline that talent back into our organizations. And I think it's this, what you can see is like attacking the issue at every angle is what's going to be required, and I hope presents really unique opportunities for public-private partnerships with each of you as we think about how to bring this to life in each of your communities, because the problems across the communities are quite different.
Yeah, thank you for your leadership on that. I would say from my own experience doing this in Rhode Island, the public-private partnership is vital in general in what the governors do, but in digital literacy specifically. We partnered with Microsoft, for example, and other companies, but we needed tech companies to help teach teachers. The rate limiting factor in delivering computer science teaching is a lot, and you know, Ace, a lot of cases is the teachers need to be taught the skills. They need to have the curriculum. And we really needed to partner with the private sector to do that. Also, it needs to be relevant for these young people. Not just learning to code, you know, it has to be connected to a job, to something they care about. And that's where we need the private sector to step up.
And relevant to the communities. One of the things that we're testing is a community impact hub in LA County that will have 12 teen tech centers anchored at the entertainment industry specifically. Because in the entertainment industry, think about when you see the credit scroll, it's like 1 page of actors and then 6 pages of all the technical expertise required to bring that to life. In that case, we're creating certifications that will take them right back into some of those trade skills in LA County because, of course, the entertainment industry is also looking for pipelines of diverse talent. So to your point, it has to be very tailored as well to the communities because each community, part of what we're highlighting, and then the private sector needs are very different depending on the industry.
You know, I think it is going to take these partnerships, public-private, but we just announced an initiative in Aberdeen, South Dakota. So you say the relevance of where you are in this geography. We wanted to first make sure we highlighted broadband access. We're partnered with Corie, and we want digital skills development in that community to create jobs in Aberdeen, South Dakota that are tech jobs, right? First, we were partnered with Microsoft. We're partnered with Corie, partnered with the agencies. We're doing the same thing in Central Valley of California, where we are using our silos in our farms or in our plants to stand up wireless, beam it out more broadly, and then working on job development and job creation. Once we have the foundational access, it is about how can we make sure that we have what we call swap programs where we're having our members or having others in the community be able to have tech jobs and do that remotely. I know that's a central thing that you're doing, Julie, in your initiatives. And some of them, by the way, I want to thank these two because they're partnered with us as well in our initiative called the American Connection Project, where we have over 170 different companies, large organizations focused on awareness, advocacy, taking action, free wireless locations, job creation, all in technology. And these two organizations, it's more powerful when we're working together, and I think your initiative on job creation in this area is critical.
So I might then add is that, you know, when I heard your 4 tenets, Governor Hutchinson, I immediately thought, well, but you need a 5th. And that is state by state, we need to build a coalition of the private sector and the not-for-profits, because we use them a lot to support these programs at the same time. That allows you to be tailored to the needs of the communities, but it's integrated from the beginning into the program. And the reality is there is a blueprint. We could rapidly work together to say, these are the 5 things you need from the private sector: the technology teaching, the work around apprentices. We have in Chicago, for example, over 40 companies who came together in a network that we established to provide apprenticeships. Right there is so much, the tech teen centers, right, the work you're doing. It's not rocket science. It needs to be tailored by community, but what you need, the apprenticeships, the jobs, the teaching is the same. And many of us are in multiple communities, right? We're in 36 cities in terms of actual presence. We work across the state so that you could actually access that. And so I think this would be something that certainly we would be, and I think the Business Roundtable and other groups would be happy to partner with the NGA on saying, here's the blueprint, it's your 5th tenet, and how do you execute that?